So the ATI Government Solutions in Susanville Indian Ranchera tribe, they were both recently part of an undercover operation by somebody by the name of James O'Keefe. James O'Keefe wanted to expose the 8A program.
So ATI do 20%, and those subcontractors do like 80% of the work.
80% of the work.
Wow. I don't know if we want to share that they do all the work.
So we do about 20% of the work. And I tell you, pass-throughs are a great thing as well. Remember, there's no competition because you're Native American.
That's a best kept secret.
The 8A program is a 9-year program for people who meet certain requirements. So you're supposed to be socially, economically disadvantaged. Initially, the program was established in the 50s to help small businesses. Over time, it turned into this program for Black and brown people, but that's not how it started. The benefits of the program is you can get sole source awards. The amount varies. At the time of this recording is 4.5. It's probably going to go up to 5.5. Eventually, it'll be 10 million, 20, 30, 40, and so on and so forth. So from the outside looking in, this is lucrative. You mean if I start one of these or get one of these set-asides or buy into one of these set-asides, I can get these no-bid contracts that people are talking about. Going back to this ATI Government Solutions in the Susanville Indian Ranch area, they were awarded potentially over $500 million. Let's see, I don't have an exact number. The reason that James O'Keefe went undercover was to expose what's called a pass-through, that to easily get to somebody. Let's say for the sake of argument, Jenny, the government wants to give you work, but they don't want to issue a contract and go through all these things. They just want to be able to get you work. So Jenny, they'll say, go to ATI, and they're under investigation. I'm just giving an example, I'm just sharing. Go through ATI, we're going to pass your work through them, connect with them, they'll tell you all about it. And then you get work. So it's like, oh, okay, this is amazing. You didn't have to bid. There may be some things that they had to do. And then boom, Jenny, now you have work. So in these recordings, and you can see them online, James O'Keefe has these interviews where they're like, ha, this is what we do. We pass through work. And I think they're drinking wine and they're just like, ooh, this is amazing. They're all because especially when somebody's considered a super 8A, meaning that they're Native American or Alaskan Native, they can spin off 8A. So instead of it being good for 9 years, boom, another. And I believe they can have contracts sole sourced up to, I think, like 100 million on the Department of Defense side. So when it comes to the 8A, as soon as these videos hit the street, Kelly Loeffler, the head of the SBA, said, oh, okay, hold up. We, the SBA, we're already re-examining all 8A contracts because of Walter Barnes, 46, Potomac, Maryland, owner and president of PM Consulting Group, Vistant, for scamming over $500 million in U.S. taxpayer dollars through USAID. They funneled $1 million to the contracting officer. Cash, prizes, and more. They all pled guilty. Paul Young, 62, president of a subcontractor to Vistant Aprio, pled guilty. Daryl Britt, 64, Micah City, Florida, owner and president of Aprio, an 8A business, pled guilty. And so on and so forth. So Kelly's like, wait a minute, we're already investigating this, right? We're investigating all 8As because of these guys. Now you're telling me this James O'Keefe has videos of people bragging about taking advantage of this program. Meanwhile, you're over here trying to get a win. Or maybe you won and you're trying to get funding for $25,000. These guys over here, Aprio, acting crazy. And I'm sure these men pontificated and went on the circuit. Look at us, we're an 8A. Look how amazing we are and successful we are. Because you scammed. What's important is you get a contract and bid. That's what's important. And to lean in and to take in what's being shared. What's being shared is don't commit fraud. What's being shared is don't put all your eggs in the 8A basket. What's being shared is get in cage code and bid on a small business set aside. Because what's going to happen is Kelly Loeffler is going to say, hold on, for this 8A program, we're going to now open it up to anybody. We don't care what they look like. They're probably going to say, we don't care how you define yourself. As long as you are a American, U.S. citizen, and you can show it. They're probably going to require more bank records, tax, returns, proof of ownership. That's what's going to happen. More and more scrutiny. Other agencies are going to say, hold up, we don't want to be in an undercover video with this James O'Keefe. We don't want anything to do with the 8A program. As somebody who was in the 8A program and legally and legitimately got in and legally and legitimately was in the program, and then you deal with this, and then you wonder why people question the contracts you get. You wonder why people don't want to deal with set-asides, and then you wonder why people are questioning them. I don't really know much more than what's been publicly shared. What I can say is this. I saw a lot of things and I've seen a lot of things in this space. And what I suggest is, for those of you who are out there, if you have an 8A, because many of you, when I asked if you're aware of the 8A program, you said yes. Guess what? You're going to be under scrutiny. Kelly Loeffler's team is looking through your contracts. So be prepared for that. I've been in this space for over 10 years. I have helped students in less than 2 years win over 30 million. I've been awarded over 50 million. I have never, ever come across an article where a dude in a bad wig went undercover to expose an 8A firm. Things have changed, y'all, because right now the 8A program is being equated to, oh, these dudes over here scam. Oh, wow, this company is on candid camera, hidden video. They're doing throwbacks. It's not punked. I don't know what the newest version is. All I know is these people are on camera talking openly about what they do. When you go after work where you don't have to pay immediately and you can get terms, then you can bid on anything. If you go after work and they say, hey, Kizzy, we need the money for the sticky notes, you got to give them the money for the sticky notes. So what does that mean? You have to have the conversation early. And this is what messes people up. They win and then they post in my free Facebook group, hey, I won, I don't know what to do, I need 23,000. Meanwhile, buddies over here were scamming for 500 million and nobody talking about that, but everybody traumatized by some SNAP benefits. You need to be pissed off at these dudes, not worried about SNAP. You need to be pissed off that this James O'Keefe went undercover in a bad wig to expose people who are doing pass-throughs. That's where people need to be pissed off and where they need to put their energy, because then it ruins it for the rest of us. Then the whole nation thinks, oh, dang, black people using this 8A thing and they just scam it. I mean, that's what's crazy, but nobody wants to talk about that. They want to talk about, oh, we need to reopen the government. And I'm not trying to dismiss what's going on. It's just like, what about this? You have to have a tough conversation. When you get into this space, you are an entrepreneur. You are looking to take something, sell it for more, and make a profit. So when you are in this space, whether you have access to capital or not, having these tough conversations are key. I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't conversation about canceling it. Here's why I don't think it will be. So the other thing is, this happened. A guy I met, he and his business partner have an 8A, and then they sold the majority to I think a native Hawaiian. So now they're a super 8A, meaning every 9 years they spin off another company. So you call it XYZ Next Gen, and you keep spinning them off, because I believe they can get sole source up to maybe 100 million on DOD and something maybe 50 non-DOD. The numbers may not be exact, but the point is they bring in a lot of money, and often a lot of these super 8As are billion-dollar companies who give a lot of money to political campaigns, who spend a lot of money on power and influence. You lean into high vibration, high integrity. Yes, there are scammers. Yes, we know these buddies did their bad thing and paid off a contracting officer at least $1 million. We know that. We know that ATI is under investigation. We know that. This means you don't do those things. If you want an 8A, you stay the course and you put out vibes that you get a Democratic president. I'm just keeping it real. That's what I'm putting out there. I'm not saying this should or shouldn't happen. I'm just saying. For those of you in bodybuilding or just speaking for self, I'm natty. I'm not going to put myself through that. I stress my man out enough. He's already stressed out by the way I am already. What I want you all to take from this is, while people do really bad things, it doesn't mean that you won't be rewarded for doing the right thing. Just keep doing the right thing. Don't give up. Don't give up. There's always somebody doing something, right? Whether it's a housewife of whatever show, it's a pastor, a preacher, a neighbor, an 8A firm, a high school coach, a teacher. It doesn't matter. We are animals at the end of the day. Never forget that. So it's not about passing judgment. It's letting the emotion flow through and knowing there's no reason you can't find bid and win contracts. You can go to winnerswaybook.com. You can watch one of my mini videos. You can sign up for the free course. And also what you're going to see too, our 5-day challenges were amazing in the past. And typically with them, you get 1 hour recording. And then if you want to ask Q&A, you get an extra hour. So the prices will be a little higher, just so you know. Now is the time, because all that's going to happen is time is going to go by and you're going to say, oh yeah, I was going to do government contracting. And it's like tick, 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 tick. Or if you have a digital clock, it's just, that's it. Or an Apple Watch or whatever you wear or don't wear. So just be prepared. Check out findcontractsfaster.com. There's also a free download, findcontractsfaster.com/free. Keep doing amazing, amazing things. Okay. Everything is possible. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button. Thank you for being amazing. Take care.